Today we are in Mersin to visit the heaven and hell. The heaven and the hell is located in Silifke, 90 kilometers from Mersin. There are the old bridge crossing the Göksu River, the theater, and the temple from Roman times. In addition, there are the ruins of the temple of Zeus, Olbius, and the temple of Typhon, and numerous arches. The heaven and hell is only 100 meters from one another, near the small fishing village Narlıkuyu. They are cultic places since prehistoric times. These signs show the ways. Let's choose one and enjoy this magnificent scene. Now you see the pit of hell. Hell is located 75 meters northeast of heaven. It is 60 meters wide and 120 meters deep. Because of its lesser diameter, it is said to be smaller than heaven, but actually it is much deeper and obviously much more frightening for the locals. This is the reason for the name hell, and obviously the chapel is the reason why the other pit is called heaven in contrast. Some says it's possible to visit hell on a steel ladder, but this is rather dangerous and not recommended for the average tourists. So there is no way to access to the 128 meter where one of the doors are located to the underworld, according to the legend. The mythology tells the story that the Titan Typhon, which is half animal monster and half gigantic human, held Zeus captive in the cave of heaven. They fought mercilessly, and during the battle of good and evil, Zeus slyly maneuvered the situation and won the battle against the Titan. Zeus imprisoned Typhon in the cave of hell until he could bury Typhon under Mount Athon in Italy. When you turn back the signs and walk toward the heaven, you will see the chasm of heaven is much brighter than hell and has a feel of the Garden of Eden. Heaven is a huge pit, 250 meters long and 110 meters wide. And also it is between 60 and 70 meters deep. You have to climb down 426 steps to access heaven. On your way, you will see the floor of the pit is full of trees with birds' nests. You don't feel tired with the help of magnificent scene and smells of nature and sounds of birds. Near the entrance to the cave, there is a church built during the Byzantine era. It is understood from a 4-stanza inscription on the church that this church was built by a religious priest named Paulus, dedicated to Mother Mary. The building didn't need a roof because of the rock extension that protect the church sufficiently. In the meanwhile, the apsissa on the eastern of the church and 2 connected rooms are covered with one each dome. The dome and the interior walls of apsissa are decorated with fresco. Today they can't understood well as they were of, but indeed they show the Jesus and his followers. When you enter the cave, you see a little wet, dark, gloomy, cool air announce the cave entrance. It's also the place of a 5th century cave church, or it can be said a cave chapel. This cave leads you to an underground stream of cold water, which the path follows to a sump. You should visit the heaven and hell once in your life, and this is the end of our tour.